Well, it is a Welsh fan's dream and an Australian fan's worst nightmare. Wales win by 40 points to 6, dishing out Australia's worst ever Rugby World Cup defeat. Now, it was some game. It started off at some pace as well. Australia started off really poorly. Even from the restart, they gave away a penalty. And from that, Wales gained great field position and scored an absolutely cracking try. An inside ball off of a line out, with Jack Morgan giving the inside ball to Gareth Davies, sent Wales underneath the sticks within 120 seconds. A huge start for Wales, and you just felt that really dented the Australian confidence. Now, Australia are obviously very low on confidence, considering very few wins in their last games, and especially under Eddie Jones, they've really struggled for form, and that compounded the potential doubts in their self-belief. So, look, incredible win for Wales, and look, who knows where they can go from here. They played some really strong stuff. Wales, not necessarily the most extravagant team, although that first try was unbelievable, but they just do the basics so well. Now, just a couple points I've made on the game. Now, it started off relatively close. I mean, there's 10 points in it at half time, which is quite a margin when you think about it. But look, there was moments in the first half where Australia looked relatively dangerous. Donaldson made a break, and if he picked the option to his right hand side, Australia could have potentially scored, but he didn't. He went left, and I think it got intercepted. So look, the Welsh defence in this game, especially the Welsh scramble defence, was unreal. The ability to sort of not panic when a line break's been made from Australia, stay composed, and just sort of flood the wide channels with masses of defensive numbers. And look, when England played Wales, some of the comments in the comment section down below were regarding the Welsh fitness. Now, that prevailed hugely in this game. Unbelievable endurance from especially the Welsh forwards, but the Welsh backs also. Now, Wales did have to stomach a sort of what could have been a devastating injury to Dan Biggar within the sort of first 20 minutes. Gareth Anscombe came on, and what a replacement that is. You take off sort of one of the top 5, maybe top 10, I'd say top 5 fly-offs in the world, and replace him with Gareth Anscombe, who's just absolutely phenomenal. And then in terms of the other Wales tries, came from Tompkins, which was a lovely chip from Anscombe in the second half, sent him under the sticks. Unreal little phase of play. Anscombe identified the fact that Mark Nikitawase, who was just sort of milling around and he wasn't really paying attention, which, you know, when you work a pendulum, if there's no one at the back, then the wingers really got to come around, and it was just too slow to it. And they managed to go under the sticks. And then the last try on the 78th minute, I think it was, look, no one really deserved this try more than Jack Morgan. Unbelievable player, a player which just empties the tank every single game. Now, just a couple things on what each team did well, and obviously on Australia's side what they did poorly. The maul for Wales was just relentless. They were awarded so many penalties through this, and they could just really eke out a lot of territory and field position. And look, that was one of the major factors in sort of denting the Australian confidence and really sort of putting doubt into the Australian forward pack. I definitely think Australia really looked like they missed Will Skelton. That real size in the second row, and look, it was ultimately not to be for Australia, especially at maul time. The kicking game from Wales was also very intelligent. The distance off the box kicks that Gareth Davies was getting was unreal. Look, kicking the ball sort of to the Australian 10-metre line consistently from the 22. Real top-notch kicking from him. Welsh defence, I've mentioned it, the scramble defence, unreal, especially from that Welsh back row. Faletau played a blinder. Gareth Davies, especially on the fence as well, who's shooting out the line, putting in some lovely tackles, intercepts as well, unreal from him. And discipline from Wales was also positive. They didn't let Australia get those easy entries into the 22. And then the main thing I'm going to say for Wales, what they did extremely well, was red zone efficiency. Something which we've potentially seen Wales lack of recent times. They certainly brought it in this game. Absolutely unreal. As soon as they came into that 22, whether it was a drop goal, a penalty. Actually, I didn't put on the scoring here that they actually scored a drop goal. So look, that is unreal as well. Wales deserved this win, and that was down to the fact that as soon as they got into the opposition 22, they came away with a try or 3 points, which is just, is ideal. And if they can take that efficiency into the latter stages of the tournament, they'll certainly go a long way. Now, a couple of the other opportunities Australia had, they had a line out 5 metres out. Look, the scores was relatively tight at this point in the first half. Must have been sort of 25-30 minutes in. and Wales choose to not contest the line-out ball. I think it was Parecki throws the ball in, no one jumps, a complete miscommunication, and then Jack Morgan, of all players, catches that ball, puts in a spiralling kick that goes for 50-22. If that ball stayed in field, I'd back Josh Adams to probably score that try. So look, it just shows you how, you know, a little turn of events can impact the course of a match massively. The Australian confidence in their forward pack, in their set piece, just deteriorated from that point. Now, just potentially something that Wales struggled with in the first half was their scrum. They conceded 2 scrum penalties, which, you know, it looked like if that continued, you could be looking at a yellow card for, you know, the same player continually infringing. But fortunately enough, they managed to shore that area up. And another area in which Australia, I felt, really missed out was that they had a penalty advantage in the first sort of 10 minutes. I felt if it went one more phase to the left, I think it was Bell, the loose head prop, he spilled the ball, and if that had gone to ground, quick ruck ball, and they would have been in the corner. So look, these are the tight margins that, you know, ultimately determine the outcome of a match, and Wales grasped them really well, and Australia just let them slip, and that ultimately, you know, proved to be pivotal in this match. Just going to gloss over some of the Australian mistakes. Look, kicking too much, kicks out on the full from just quality players. Nikita Arce, Gordon, Donaldson, all putting kicks out on the full. Really poor in that area. Discipline, I think it was over a dozen penalties conceded. You can't win a test match with that many penalties. Handling errors everywhere. They couldn't string more than sort of 3-4 phases together. Too slow to find the space. Often there was a lot of space out wide. I say a lot, probably not a huge amount, but in the context of sort of the space that Australia could access, it was a relatively high amount, and they were just sort of one ruck too slow to get there. It was simple as that. It's good work from the Welsh back row, getting over the ball, slowing it down, limiting Australia's ability to play quick ball. And then scrum time, once again, Wales in the second half, they just turned the screw, and Australia were giving away scrum penalty after scrum penalty. Some really silly discipline errors from Australia, and Wales were just phenomenal, just simply phenomenal. Now, I have to take one on the head here. I picked Australia to just edge it. The bookies had it exactly down the middle, and look, Welsh fans deserve a lot of praise, and they should be very proud of their team. I, for one, as an English supporter, would not like to face Wales in the next stage of the tournament. They're playing some really quality stuff. And look, hopefully Wales top their pool and England top their pool, so we don't have to meet them, because look, going into that game, you probably have to back the Welsh as favourites. Wales don't do anything particularly extravagant, but they do their set piece phenomenally. Line out darts were impeccable. That rolling maul was ominous, getting 5-10 metres, penalty advantages all over the shop, and a relentless defence. Now, those are 3 major ingredients that can take you a long way in a World Cup. So look, good luck to anyone that has to take on Wales. They're going to be some challenge. Now, if Wales top the pool, it looks like they'll probably face Argentina, and then England will face Fiji if Fiji finish second. So that's a replay for England of what was a bad night in August. So let's hope that one doesn't quite unfold that way. But yeah, congratulations to Wales. And yeah, you Welsh fans can give me a bit of stick in the comments, because you deserve it. Brilliant performance from your boys. And yeah, I got this one wrong. I mean, I did pick the Ireland to win by 5 points, and that actually happened. So look, I scored a point yesterday, and I've definitely lost one today. So look, as I said, congratulations to Welsh fans. Let me know what you thought of the game in the comment section down below. How does this performance bode for the rest of the tournament? Can they replicate it in the quarter-final at the highest level? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.